Yeah. I've just made 90. Never expected to, but I made 90. But I've been working on this for 4 or 5 years now. I didn't start feeling old until about 84, 83. I started feeling old. And I said, this is to be handled, you got to do this. I made up my mind to approach it with a philosophy. That is, if you can do puberty, you can do old age. Because one's coming in, the other's going out. And you like that, huh? You slide it up and you slide it down. Now, when you do get up to puberty, after all, the first 2-3 years of your life, you're learning more than you've ever going to learn again. It's amazing what a little kid learns, right? You learn all that, and that's in there, bang. Then you're able to move along, and you develop, and then comes puberty. And it all goes to pieces. There you go. So then you live from there. You get married, get children, you do your work. And then you start having pains, and you start feeling that you're not as what you used to be. You had your peak, and you're coming down, and that's where you got to use your head. You got to think in terms of, I'm losing a little, but I'm using everything I got. My statement used to be, it takes me twice as long to do half as much. Now it takes me 5 times as long to do a fifth. Nevertheless, I'm still doing it. My training is 6 days a week with a rest day. Today's a rest day. I'm not going out in that snow, but I was out yesterday. Do 6-7 miles and keep the form, keep the thing, keep it moving. Don't do it, do intervals, do all kinds of stuff like that. All athletic championships are won by people with dominant minds. They don't flip around. They don't just say, well, it'd be nice, I think I'll go for a walk or a run or a jump, see what I'm going to do. It's hard to know how much is in the head until, well, as you can see the pictures on the wall up there of the Roubaix walk. It's the little teams, the British teams, they come from all over the world. They walk 28 hours and expect at least 100 miles out of it. It's, well, centurions, I'm a centurion. You know about the centurion? Yeah, that's 100 miles in 24 hours. Oh, well, any age. You don't have to be any age. Well, they do it, keep doing it. You can do it. There's race walking too. Yeah, that's the name. It's an Olympic sport. They do the 50 and the 20 kilometers. But you don't see it much on television because nobody in this country is as good as most of what it used to be. The Russians and the Japanese, very good. Colombia, been winners. They were big. But that doesn't matter. You're just doing it for fun anyhow. Absolutely. And keep in shape. Keep in shape. I got an email from somebody that had bought a barn. They bought a house with a barn on it in New Jersey. And upstairs, way up on the top of the barn, underneath all the junk and everything, there was a trunk. And in the trunk, they found the jacket, shirt, a whole lot of papers and everything else. I don't know how they all got there, but they found my name from the Army serial number, and then on the art with a name, and I got an email from them saying they found all this stuff and told me about it. That's very odd, so I sent it over. It was very nice of them to do all that. And this is this is the original shirt. You see the gusset there. That's because this shirt, that's 70 years old now, was impregnated against gas. They were worried about gas in those days, but I've forgotten all about it now. But this shirt was stiff and unwieldy. It's just like new. But it was, there it is. And the 2 little buttons in the back, right there and there, they were for the gas hood. A lot of people have forgotten all about that. It all came back to me when this came in. So I had it dry cleaned and pressed, and there it was, just as well as it could be. And some things you never forget. There it is, look there. Oh, of course, you gotta remember, second and third button gets tucked in. That's what it was. I think even the British Army did that. If you get jammed into a uniform all of a sudden, they get schnooked over to Afghanistan, don't expect anybody to understand what you're talking about when you come back. Any more than really if you go to Italy for 7 years or something and come back and they say, well, how was Italy? Don't tell them. You can't tell them. They don't know. You don't even know. It's down inside. Which brings me to art, by the way, and the communication of art. We have verbal communication and we have non-verbal communication. That's why a title on a painting only refers to illustration. It has nothing to do with art. And art is a very rare thing. And it's different from everybody in place and time. This is my personal thought, and anybody can argue and tell me I'm a nut. I don't care. This is what I work on. This is what I like. I believe this. That the communication of a painting, of a film, of almost anything you want to talk about. Is photography art? Of course it's art, if it communicates. But how do you define communication? There might be only one person in the world who says, whoa, when he sees it, right? And so I explain. Don't understand. It was a non-verbal, non-communicative in any other way, communication that got him. You can't get everybody with it. It's not going to happen to you with a Japanese print. You sit there and talk about techniques and isn't that interesting? Look how it wouldn't hit you. And maybe all Japanese prints don't even hit all the Japanese. I doubt if it does. You're all right so long as you have something you want to do. Not have to do, but want to do. I want to keep on painting. I want to keep on sculpting. I want to keep on printing. I want to do all the things I've ever done. Because even though it takes me longer, I enjoy it. Oh, that's it. I want to do it. And that's that. If you do exercise every morning, it doesn't matter much what you do, but something, and do it every morning, every single morning, for the rest of your life, even if you don't live to be 90, your head will be on your shoulders and you'll be moving along clever. Your brain will be flushed out. You'll be ready to go.